Welcome to Bike Legend, your trusted source for in-depth motorcycle insights, reviews, and everything two-wheeled. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most iconic names in Honda's cruiser lineup, the 2026 Honda Shadow 750. Known for its classic styling, bulletproof reliability, and approachable performance, the Shadow series has long been a favorite among riders who want the perfect balance of style and substance. The 2026 model aims to carry that heritage forward while subtly updating the experience for a new generation of cruiser fans. A legacy reinvented. For decades, the Honda Shadow 750 has stood as an entry point into the world of cruisers. Its V-twin rumble, low-slung design, and Honda's trademark refinement made it one of the most popular mid-size motorcycles in history. The 2026 version doesn't throw away that legacy, it builds upon it. Honda has preserved the bike's unmistakable silhouette, but the new Shadow now benefits from a few modern refinements that make it more enjoyable, efficient, and versatile than ever. It's a subtle evolution, not a revolution, and that's exactly what longtime fans will appreciate. Design and styling. At first glance, the 2026 Shadow 750 still looks like a true classic cruiser, muscular, low, and dripping with chrome. The teardrop fuel tank remains the centerpiece, complemented by a broad saddle and sweeping fenders. However, the design team has refined the proportions just slightly for a more contemporary stance. The LED lighting system gives it a cleaner, more modern touch without losing the vintage feel. New color options, including a deep metallic graphite, crimson pearl, and matte black finish, bring fresh personality to the Shadow's timeless frame. One of the most notable styling changes is in the detailing. Subtle blacked-out engine covers and minimalist badging create a sleeker, more cohesive aesthetic. The overall look blends nostalgia with sophistication, a cruiser that's proud of its roots but fully aware of today's design trends. Engine and performance. Powering the 2026 Shadow 750 is the tried-and-true 745 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled SOHC V-twin engine that has earned a reputation for reliability and smoothness. While the core design remains unchanged, Honda has fine-tuned the fuel injection mapping for slightly improved throttle response and efficiency. The engine delivers around 45 horsepower and 47 pound-foot of torque, enough to provide easy cruising on highways and a relaxed ride through city streets. The Shadow 750 has never been about raw power, it's about balance and control. The engine's broad torque curve and low-end grunt give riders satisfying acceleration without ever feeling intimidating. The 5-speed transmission remains crisp and predictable, and the shaft drive ensures low maintenance and smooth power delivery. Honda's engineers have also worked on reducing engine vibrations, resulting in an even more refined riding experience. Ride comfort and handling. Comfort has always been one of the Shadow's strongest qualities, and the 2026 model continues that tradition. With a low 25.8-inch seat height, it's incredibly approachable for riders of all sizes. The wide handlebars and forward-set foot controls create a natural, laid-back riding posture that encourages long, easy miles. The suspension setup, a 41mm front fork and dual rear shocks with adjustable preload, strikes a good balance between comfort and control. In corners, the Shadow remains stable and predictable. It's not built for aggressive riding, but it handles backroads and sweeping turns with confidence. Honda's engineers have slightly reworked the chassis geometry for improved low-speed stability, which is noticeable when maneuvering in tight spaces or heavy traffic. The overall ride remains composed and forgiving, perfect for weekend cruises or daily commutes alike. Braking and safety. For 2026, the Honda Shadow 750 receives a welcome update in braking performance. The front disc has been upgraded to a larger diameter for better stopping power, and the addition of standard ABS gives riders an extra layer of confidence, especially on wet or uneven roads. The rear drum brake remains, maintaining the retro look that defines the bike's character. While Honda hasn't overloaded the Shadow with electronic rider aids, the inclusion of ABS and refined fuel injection ensures a safer, more predictable ride. It's a reminder that simplicity doesn't have to mean compromise, especially when it's backed by Honda's decades of engineering experience. Technology and features. Though the Shadow 750 remains proudly analog in many ways, Honda has added a few thoughtful modern touches. The lighting system is now fully LED, the instrument cluster has been updated with a small digital insert for essential ride data, and the new USB-C port under the seat allows for easy device charging on the go. These subtle upgrades make the bike more practical without undermining its classic spirit. Honda's goal with the 2026 Shadow wasn't to turn it into a tech-heavy cruiser but to keep it simple, durable, and rider-focused. For many enthusiasts, that's exactly what a mid-size cruiser should be, uncomplicated and ready for the open road. Fuel efficiency and everyday use. One of the most appealing aspects of the Shadow 750 has always been its efficiency and reliability. The 2026 model is no exception. Thanks to optimized fuel injection and improved aerodynamics, it delivers an estimated 56 miles per gallon, making it one of the most fuel-efficient cruisers in its class. With a 3.7-gallon tank, riders can easily cover over 200 miles between fill-ups. Maintenance remains minimal, with Honda's proven shaft drive system eliminating the need for messy chain upkeep. Whether used for commuting or weekend rides, the Shadow 750 continues to represent one of the most cost-effective and dependable options in the cruiser world. Final thoughts. The 2026 Honda Shadow 750 is not a reinvention of the cruiser formula, it's a respectful evolution of a beloved classic. It keeps everything riders have always loved: a low seat height, a smooth V-twin engine, timeless styling, and a price that doesn't break the bank. But it also adds subtle improvements that make it feel more polished and relevant in today's market. For new riders looking for their first cruiser or experienced motorcyclists wanting something comfortable, stylish, and reliable, the Shadow 750 remains one of the smartest choices out there. It's a motorcycle built for the long haul, both in miles and in legacy. Thanks for tuning into Bike Legend. If you enjoyed this review of the 2026 Honda Shadow 750, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the best bikes on the road today. Ride safe, and keep the legend alive.